Hello and welcome to our fifth session where we are going to study about the input manager and GetInput.Axis. So basically Unity from the past 2 years have updated their input management system and they have designed a new input system manager. So let us discuss how this is going to work and how we can easily move our player based on the keyboard buttons. Say for example, if I press the up arrow, he should move forward. If I press the down arrow, he should move backward. If I press left arrow, move left. If I press right arrow, move right. Previously we used to write code using conditional statement like if key press is up arrow, do this. If key press is down arrow, do this. It should be a long process of writing the code. But now Unity has substantially made this job very easy by introducing this input management system. So let us explore this today. So now if you come to Unity, and in Unity if you come to edit here, in edit you have one option here called project settings. If you click on project settings, and in the project setting, in this list of settings that you are seeing, you have one input manager. You can see this input manager and you have this option use physical keys enabled. And if you open this axis, you can see various axes present over here, and you have one axis horizontal. If I open this, see the name of this axis is horizontal and the negative button is your left arrow and the positive button is right arrow, and you have an alternate button A and D. So if you press A, it is negative on the horizontal. If I press D, it is positive on the horizontal. So you have the gravity value, dead value, sensitivity, snap, leave all this as default. Similarly, now if I open the vertical, you have negative is down and positive is up, and alternative is S and W in your keyboard. W will move it in positive direction and S will move along the negative direction. So if you have played games, you already know that we use the WASD keyboard shortcut or the up arrow, down arrow, left arrow and right arrow to move any object on the scene. So this is what we have already been assigned using this input management system. So now we are going to assess this to control our movement. So now once you have to only be worried about this name vertical V capital, H horizontal. So knowing these two names, I will close the input manager now. Now I will come back to my scene here. So now in this scene now, we had actually defined x, y, z value, and in transform translate we had defined x value, y value and z value. Now in the x value, instead of writing x value, what I can now type is, I will assess this method input. I have typed input period and I am going to call for a method called GetAxis, and this GetAxis, G and A are capital. Then in open close bracket, I have to call for that name which is a string. So I have to put it in inverted comma and I am going to call that name horizontal. Now what happens is, now with this, if I save this, I will save this script as it is. Now I will come back to Unity, and in the Unity let the script gets compiled, and once it is compiled, now I will just come to this, I will make this play bigger, that is game area bigger, and I will press the play button, and as the play starts, now if I press the left arrow, see what happens, see it moved to the left. If I press right arrow, it moves to the, it is moving at a rapid speed, see it's moving very fast, but your component is now moving using your keyboard. See, with one small plus it is moving. So, the thing is I am moving it right left by using my keyboard. Okay. So, I will stop the playback. Now, I will come back to my script. Now, here one thing is I have directly added the input, this input.GetAxis horizontal, I have added this directly. Instead of adding this directly, I can also add this as a variable. So, now what I will do is I will remove off this x variable sentence that we had declared in the top. I will remove that off. For that reason, I will remove all these three variables as of now, and I will now come to this update, and in the update I am going to declare a variable, call it as x value, and this x value variable will be equal to this value, that is input get axis horizontal. So, this value will be, I will just cut this and paste it here and end it with semicolon. And now, in the place of this translate, I will put back my variable x value. So, now what I have done, instead of putting input get axis horizontal directly inside the translate, I am allotting this value to a float variable x value, and I am calling the x value here. So, now I will go to file, choose save, come back to Unity, and after the script has compiled, now if I run it, so there is some error, one second. Okay. The problem now is I have deleted of that y value and z value variable. So, it is saying that y value and z value variable no more exists. So, what I will do is for these two I will put the value as 0. I will remove the variable now. I have to save this. Go to file, choose save. Now, come back to Unity, and okay, again I have missed to write a colon here. So, I have removed that parenthesis and colon. Okay, there was some scripting error, I have rectified it. Save this. Now, come back here, allow the script to get compiled, and once it is compiled, now also if I execute it, now if I press the left arrow just once, see it moving. Okay, and if I press right, see the movement is happening, left moving, right moving, see you are seeing the movement. Okay, so now one press it is moving, see just one press it is moving. Okay, so we have this movement working. I will stop the playback. Now I have a challenge for you. What you have to now do is, we are now currently moving our player from left to right. I want you to move the player from back to front. How? By adding a vertical axis. So, this is the challenge for you. Remember, when you update your variable, when you declare a variable and when you update it, the player should move forward and backward. He should not fly in the air. Work it out and just try to do it on your own without seeing the video. See how you are going to apply this logic. I want you to try it once first. Okay. Now, let us see how we can do it. If you have already done it successfully, no problem. If you have not done it, then follow this video. Here, I will come back to my script, and this time I am going to, before that I will come to Unity, and see here I will select the player. See, the player when he moves left to right, he is moving along the x axis. But to make him move forward and backward, I have to move him along the z axis, not y axis. See, for that reason, if you come here I am now going to come to this update, and in this update I will declare one more variable, call this as z value, not y value, and I will make it equal to input get access, and in open close parenthesis now I am going to call the vertical axis and end it with colon. Then now here in the z I will replace 0 with z value, and now if I save this, I am going to save this, and if I come back to Unity, I will come back to Unity, wait till the script is compiled, and once it is compiled, now if I play this, see it is playing. If I press left arrow, he is moving left. If I press right arrow, he is moving right. If I press top arrow, see he is moving forward. See, he is moving forward. If I press back arrow, he is moving back. See, forward, back, see, left, right, forward, back. So now we have this keyboard control working. So now we have learned how we can control our player using our keys. So this is the basic idea or the basic concept you have to understand when you build the game. So we have done it very easily using the Unity input system. Now only problem we have is when I press left or right, it is moving at a very high speed. I need some control over the speed so that it moves slower. So this we are going to see how we can implement it in our next session on time.delta time. Thank you.